Lane comes in, and Keith goes to him and says, oh man, he called me, oh man, you know Jimmy Lane was strong, this cocky guy. So see if we get a ball by him. So Keith goes out of the floor, and Jimmy picks up a ball. He smashes on the Lane.
There's my guy! There! Look at it. I got the
George.
Come on, take a seat for God's sake. The missus. Hi. Hi, brother. Hello, brother.
Hi, buddy.
We're all set with the camera.
Beautiful. How you doing, bro?
Good. See ya. Hey, buddy, how are you? How are you? Good job.
What's up, little guy? How you doing, brother?
Good, good, good.
You know what? I knew he'd be here because I was bragging about him.
Well, you told me you would.
Was that? Tell me the truth. Was I bragging about him?
No, he wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Bad story.
In Iowa, a couple years ago when you were with Windy City.
That's my son's name is Mr. Kubicki.
Wow.
He got big. You know my brother Kerry?
Yeah, how you doing?
Ron Kubicki.
Yeah.
So I'll finish that story for you.
Ziggs is here.
Forest, no trees, no nothing. And I got Billy King, who's my guy, Greg Norman here. Like $100.
You working?
Yeah. Stole it.
I believe that.
He did. He
No
admitted it too, yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind.
He saw he went to work out this morning over at D. Marie. Not a little kid anymore.
Let's pictures of you, Lars.
I'm the pizza guy. I don't know how he got me to do this.
It's for Lane. It's for Lane Neiman.
Okay, you want to take
I put it in your tin.
Oh, you did.
Richie,
Richie, Debbie.
You guys didn't have to. No, of course, of course.
See, Boone is here.
And I have not. Oh my goodness. Right here. Hey, I know. Twice.
Richie. I went and saw this guy named Ron Kubicki in his beautiful office, and if he could retire, you had a good gig too, but you know, it's time.
You know what it's your time?
Patty, with the rocket shirt. That's right. Look at this one. That was before you.
This one? Yeah. No, I have that.
You do? You have
No,
that?
but I gave it to somebody. I got.
What'd you get?
Well, it didn't fit it.
I don't know.
Be better.
Same problem with those amplifiers.
Could work for me.
Be better.
This is my guy.
Listen, batting average, 2000, best batting average of all time. Now, the plate appearances don't.
He's at the door. This guy right here. You got to get one of your shirts on him.
Yeah, I know you don't, man. How are you, bro? Good, how about you?
This year?
Oh,
Set up his first, you know, I got 18.
yeah, we.
Oh, yeah.
I did George Mills.
Hello. How are you?
Good. Give him congratulations there, bro.
A lot of stories, a lot of memories, a lot of laughs.
But I'm like, just take it easy. Guys don't come here to go like this. Person or
Right. And someone says,
you know, that's happened with me and my brother.
oh, yeah. I got
Okay, everybody, come on over for 5 seconds. Mr. Dozen, the whole thing. And we're going to do about a very short presentation. So come on over, Mart, Anthony, and the great Mick Valestri. And we're videotaping this today for historical reasons. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Softball Hall of Fame. Let's have a big round of applause for the Softball Hall of Fame. I'm going to keep this very, very short, but first I just want to say hi to our good president, Ron Kubicki, who is a big part of this. A big hand for Ron, what he's done with this Hall of Fame. When I talked to Lane about this just real short get together, the name that came up was our good friend Jeff Berger. Jeff is going to speak for a few minutes, so Jeff, come on up. God bless, and congratulations, Lane.
Thank you, guys. I'll try to keep it short. I made some notes, so I'll go the best I can. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out here to celebrate Lane's retirement. he's one of the greatest guys that I know. I'm sure most of you guys feel the same way. I first met him in 1987. We were young. Even Ziegler was young then. Lane's team just came off a 0-16 performance in the North Riverside Softball League. So I came to the team. The next year we won the league. Mr. Geppetta was on the team, and we had a lot of fun in those days. A couple years went by, and I had an opportunity to go play softball at the major level. And Lane, being my best friend, said to me, "Hey, you got to go." You know, so instead of somebody who would say, you know, trying to keep you on their team or keep you, he knew I had, you know, well, he knew, I didn't know, he knew that I had to go play to be whatever I wanted to be. And that's what a friend is. He was my biggest fan on the softball field, that's for sure. As any of you guys might have said something bad about me, he was right there to make sure that he straightened it up right away. And I don't remember anybody that he wouldn't take my side against. Maybe his kids, maybe. When my daughter was born, he was the first guy I approached to be the godfather of my daughter. He immediately said, without a doubt. Him and his wife Laura are probably some of the greatest reason my daughter is as successful as she is today. I can't thank you guys enough for that. Your family has been wonderful with my family, so I really, really thank you guys for that. He's without a doubt the best father, the best dad that I've ever seen. I've learned and tried to emulate that when it comes to my child. He's, if any of you guys have ever been around him and his family, you would understand exactly what I mean. So if I could be half as good a dad by the time I'm done as you are, I would be really proud of myself. So, as far as being a police chief, I don't know what those people are smoking there. This is another whole thing in itself. Giving him a gun and a license to drive a car the way he does, that should be looked at. I'm just saying. No, that's a true one. All kidding aside, it's been North Riverside has you for an amazing 32 years, and they couldn't have had a better guy. So I'm very proud of you. I love you, buddy. I wish you the best in your retirement, and thanks for being my friend.
Jeff, stay here. Lane, you feel you want to come up and say a few words, Lane? Come on. Stay right here, Jeff. And yeah. We're going to talk right into this mic. Everybody, Lane Neiman here coming up here. Lane, congratulations. Jeff, stay close. Come on right here, brother. Talk right into that mic.
Well, when I heard that they were going to throw this little thing for me, I was just happy that we could keep it to you type of people that are here. Friends and family are always close, and most of you guys are my family. You're my softball family on the field. And it's great to see you guys. I know it's a Saturday. You got to come out. It's a beautiful day. Patty would be working in his yard right now, edging a little bit, scraping the snow, doing something like that. Marty came all the way back from Lansing. Obviously, Lansing police officer. He's an East Sider. I know that. But I appreciate you guys coming out. My good friend Chops, who retired a few months before me, had 32 years himself, I think, on the police department. So it's nice to see him. One of my first pitcher on the Rockers, the Choppers, hit more homers than anybody else on my team. He'd cut, and they'd come in. He hit it over his head. Jeff hit the. We were playing the Whips one time on the South Side. They came in under like some bar name, and first inning, Zig got a hit. Jeff hit a homer down the right field line. We're high-fiving. Then they scored the next 18 runs in the next inning. So I said, well. We were winning 2-0 against them. That's my claim to fame. But I really appreciate it. George, thank you. No, you're a legend in the game. You know that. People love it. You're doing an exceptional job. My buddy Gio behind the camera over there is kind of a quiet guy, but I appreciate it. My longtime good friend, Tim Maher, the big guy. Nobody's done more for the sport than him with the media, newspapers, and he loves the games. He loves you guys, and I think he deserves a little round of applause. I say I'm fortunate to have my buddy Zig here. Like I said, probably my longest rocker, one of the most loyal guys. Could have went and played major if he wanted to, But then he probably would have had to get away from the buffet once in a while. But so, no, he stuck with me, and it's part of the reason why at the end there we were a pretty good team. People wanted to play with Zig out there. They knew what he had. MVP of Forest Park, 98. Yeah, ate something easy, and I know he hit the most homers. So, Zig, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. Well, like I said, Jeff and Zig, obviously my two best friends in the whole world. Debbie and Rich came out here. Rich Eye. Rich has got a hip. He's got a knee. He's got this. He had rotator cuff. The guy. Yeah. So I appreciate it. And Debbie, of course, the one who introduced when I got inducted for being a manager. I appreciate it, Deb, for you coming out. Obviously, I have my wife here, which anybody who knows me and saw a softball game, they saw my wife, they saw my children. When Lane was born, that's when I stopped playing softball with the Rockers and went a different direction. But obviously, my son's here is great. Then for a while, I went over and I coached this team. I'll help coach base for Flashback. So we got Tyler and Chibs. Where's Chibs is here. These guys are awesome. It was pleasurable just to coach first base and yell at an umpire every now and then. So I appreciate it. And then we got, of course, one of the best pitchers in the game, has been for a very, very long time, the Mick Balestri. Yay. Come on.
Patty thought you were talking about him.
That's a good one, Lou.
Okay.
He was walking up. That ain't right. Y'all step forward.
I had to do that to the lump, but obviously, when Patty came aboard with the Rockers, he took us to a whole nother level. He brought some of his guys, and still to this day, I don't care what anybody says, he's the best defensive pitcher that ever walked on the mound. I'll fight anybody who wants to dispute it at any time. Absolutely incredible team guy. Give you everything. I remember when we were playing lettuce, and his baby finger went above the other bone, and he said, put a piece of tape on it. So now if you shake his hand, it's still, look at it now, it's still ugly. But I said, Pat, we don't really have anybody else, so half of the lump is better than most of the other people, so I appreciate it. And I want to thank Ron Kubicki, longtime friend of mine, started for years, ran some good tournaments, always was involved in softball, never wanted anything, always was just given to this game. So more guys like that and the Stan Panics of the world, and we'll be in good shape. And then, of course, my little brother, my Irish twin, comes out. He's the type of guy who texts me on the way here and says, are you here yet? Well, Carrie, if you don't see me, I would say no. But thank you very much. That was fantastic. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. I really appreciate it.
One more time for the great Lane Neiman. Happy retirement. Everybody have fun. Pizza, a little pop. God bless. Thank you for coming.
Before everybody leaves, I want everybody up here. We're going to take a picture with him, okay?
Yeah. We're good.
You got to thank Richie for the pizzas.
Yes.
Charles.
We got it. I'll put it in.